the disappearances began. On campus, 3 students went missing after a weekend hiking trip. 2 weeks later, a family vanished while driving near the edge of Blackthorn forest, their car abandoned by the roadside, doors open, belongings scattered. Maya clipped every article, circling them in red ink. "It's spreading," she whispered to Chris. "It's not just in the woods anymore." Chris shook his head. "No. It's still the forest. It's reaching out, pulling people in." Maya's hands trembled as she shoved the clippings across the table. "Don't you see? It wants us. Jordan wasn't enough. It's not going to stop until it takes us back." Chris slammed his fist against the table. "Then what do you want me to do, Maya? March back into hell and fight it? We barely made it out alive, twice." But the answer came soon enough. One night, they shared the same dream. They stood in the clearing of the old campsite. The fire burned low. The clawed trees surrounded them, pulsing like open wounds. And in the center stood Jordan, pale and broken, his mouth opening wider and wider until his jaw split, and the deer skull slid over his face. The demon pointed at them with its twisted arms. And the entire forest screamed. When Maya woke, she was no longer in her apartment. She was in the woods. She shot upright, gasping, the pine needles cold beneath her hands. The fire pit was there, smoldering. The claw marks etched into the trees. And beside her, Chris, also waking in terror. It hadn't been a dream. The forest had pulled them back. They tried to retrace their steps, but the forest was no longer the same. Paths twisted back on themselves. Trees shifted when they weren't looking, their trunks creaking as though they were alive. Hours passed, at least, they thought it was hours. The moon never moved. The air grew colder, thicker, until it felt like breathing smoke. And always, the whispers. "Maya. Cries. Stay with us." Faces appeared in the bark of the trees, mouths open in silent screams. Some they recognized. Some were strangers. But all of them were trapped, their eyes begging for release. Finally, they stumbled into a clearing they had never seen before. At its center was a massive pine tree, its trunk blackened and split open like a wound. Carved into its bark were hundreds of clawed symbols, pulsing faintly with red light. And nailed into the tree with bone stakes were fragments of belongings, shoes, scraps of clothing, broken watches.